Get silly with your bad self. I know I started this off completely ridiculously, and that was for a purpose, because something that I've noticed recently just being in my life is a whole lot of people, it's not just you or me or Jim Bob or anybody, it's a whole lot of people that are, quite frankly and quite simply, taking their life entirely too seriously. Now listen up, queens and kings and friends of the universe. If you don't grow a sense of humor, y'all gonna have a hard life. And I don't say that to doom or damn anybody. It's because it's the truth. Good Lord. The one thing that will also save you, besides adaptability, which was in one of my other videos, is your sense of humor. And I am not joking when I say to get silly with it and have fun with it, with yourself. Have fun with yourself? To get silly with things, whatever I said. To be silly with your life is the point. Because not only you or anyone else or I think we all experience this at some point, whether that's between our teenagehood and adulthood or whatever stage of our life it happens. There's usually a phase where we're kind of in this awkward transition where we feel like we need to become an adult and we have this fight with our inner child or something. And it's our adult pulls and is like, no, you have to come this way because we're in adult mode now. And our kid's like, no, but I want to have fun still. Please, like, can I have my toys? And we're like, no, because I am an adult now. And that means I have to do adult things. And honestly, guys, if there's one big lesson that has been the most recent, like, continuous lesson, it's that humor is so vital. It will keep you sane. It will keep you alive. Actually, it's genuinely good for your health as well, by the way, to laugh. If you don't know that, sincerely, laughter, the reason that they say that laughter is the best medicine is because you can look up the studies on your own if you wish. There are actual studies to prove that laughter is good for you. It sincerely is good for you. Don't ask me the science because I'm not the scientist. However, I know that that's a thing, and it's been said for as long as I've been alive, which is, a while. It's been a minute. So I wanted to remind you guys, because even yours truly, which I know seems hard to imagine that I would ever get too serious, trust me when I say there was not long ago a time when I had become morbidly serious. Morbidly. I say those words with complete intention. I was morose. Not even joking. That's just sad because I am, as you guys now know, or are coming to know from me, whatever, that I am really a comedian at heart, and I kind of can't remove that from myself, as much as some days I might like to. As much as I'm doing all of this very lightheartedly, I really, really, really want you guys to understand that even if you are an adult like me, you can still have fun and play, and I would sincerely argue in favor of doing those things. As I've spoken about before on the channel, how important it is to play, to allow your inner child out, to do those childlike things. It's actually really, really important for your overall health, your overall well-being, and probably there's maybe science behind it being good for your overall psyche. Because here's the thing, what I've also noticed is that a lot of us as a society, whatever, we have stifled our inner child for a very long time. Some of us have locked it up away altogether for a very long time, and some of us aren't even in touch with that inner child anymore. We're like, inner child, what? That's some hooey nonsense. Listen, you do have an inner child, and the minute that you begin to allow yourself to embrace that you do have one, and that it's okay, because number one, everybody has an inner child, and number two, that inner child is there for that reason, to allow us at any age to continue to play. And I'm not saying that's the only role of the inner child. It certainly is one role of the inner child that I have come to experience. And honestly, as much as at certain times in my life, I was honestly annoyed by my inner child because I felt this desire to play all the time. And a part of my mind was always like, yeah, but I also have to do like adult things and make money and start to do those sorts of things. And I can't just have a child running the show. Like, how does that work? Thankfully, I've grown into the understanding of how to work with a flow and therefore allow my inner child to be a part of my flow as an adult, which means just that sometimes I purposefully allow this part out to paint or to play or to write or to draw or whatever the heck it wants to do on that day. I mean, to make a friendship bracelet, a lanyard, what are they called now? I don't know. When I was a kid in camp, it was this string made of plastic. It's not string, to be very clear. I think it's called lanyard, but I'm like not coming up with the word in the moment. Anyways, it was this plastic stuff. Great analogy. It looked like plastic spaghetti strands or whatever, right? Okay, there you go. Great analogy. And you would weave them together into a lanyard thing. And there are all these different cool, like, ways of weaving it that you could make twisty box shapes. People were super talented and could make some crazy shiznit with that. Anyway, I was at one point absolutely obsessed with that, and it was so fun. That's the kind of thing that as an adult, I wouldn't have maybe allowed myself to do up until recently, when I discovered the value of allowing your child out to play once in a while. And I say once in a while very loosely, because honestly, the more that I have allowed my inner child out, the better my life has been. And that sounds like, to the adult part of me, that is the most ridiculous thing, because what that part feared was that my inner child would just come out and make a mess and trash everything, when in fact all it really wants to do is just kind of have fun and play. It's also perfectly happy to do that in the context of my life. What do I mean? Let's say my inner child wants to paint on that day. In fact, this is a good example because this is current. I'm making a sign for myself for my business, and I wanted to paint part of it. My inner child gets to come out. I'm not like, there's not a literal part of me. If I did have DID or something like that, I would allow that part out. Anyways, when my inner child is present and I'm allowing them to play and do something like paint. So that's how my inner child can be consciously present and also have fun, get what they want, and be a part of the show. So she's helping me by allowing herself to be free and to paint and have fun, but also it's making something for my business. Do you get what I mean? I hope so. I hope that I'm being clear about that. Essentially what I'm saying is you can incorporate fun into your business even. Like, you do not have to take anything in life so seriously. Every once in a while we are called to be sober, and I don't mean that in the drug sense. Be sober all the time. It's good for you, kids. Stay in school and don't do drugs. I mean sober in the sense of present. Anyway, we get too serious a lot of the time, and it's not necessary for us to be so serious all of the time. We can be adults and allow our child to be present and contribute in ways that children can. Example, painting. My kid can come out and paint the heck out of the sign, and that's fun. And meanwhile, it's still making a sign for my adult business. That makes it sound like I do adult things, which is not what I'm saying. I make candles, by the way. Which, side note, if anybody's interested in a homemade soy candle, feel free to hit me up for that. Hit up in my DMs, because that's how I roll. Jokes aside, I really do have a business, which you guys probably already know. I do make candles. That's why I was thinking about that. So anyway, you don't have to take anything that you're doing too seriously. Oh, what I was going to say, and I lost my own train of thought, was some situations in life, I grant you, require a more sober, in the sense of somber, present, and not so goofy mode. Honestly, guys, in the grand scheme of life versus the amount of things that require that sort of sobriety or seriousness, they're like that compared to this much of life. And if this is life and that is how much you need to be serious, then please invite yourselves out of this serious mode all the time. We can absolutely be adults that have fun. And that is something which I am insanely passionate about, probably because I have a very active inner child, and she, is a very important part of my passions and my talents and my gifts. Therefore, she ends up being a part of my expression in many, many ways. And she's very active within me. And I'm sure you guys know that from my youthful, in the sense of, I don't know, the way that I am on here. I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. I invite you to get silly with it, to get silly with it all. And I could not be more serious. Oh, that's funny. Oh, the things I say, and then I realize what I've said, and I'm like, Spirit, you are hilarious. Hilarious. Here I am trying to make a point, and I can't be serious because now you've said this is serious, and the whole point of it is to not be serious. At any rate, I hope you've had a beautiful day. Please don't take your life too seriously. You can be an adult and also totally have fun, and in totally ways that benefit you and can move your adult life forward as well. You can find a place for that in your life. So if this video has helped you, please do share it with anyone you think it might benefit other than yourself and me. It really does help out the channel when you share. Subscribe, because I do make these videos for you guys every single day, as I love to be here to help you as much as I possibly can. And last but not least, if you need any support or coaching, please don't hesitate to reach out at this email address, where I would be happy to serve you in any way that I can. So have a blessed, beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you gorgeous cats in the next video. Namaste and much love. Bye. Subscribe because I make these videos for you guys. Can I words? So anyway, but okay, there you go. Great analogy. Like, not even joking. Have fun with yourself. Get silly with your bad self. Oh my God, cut that all out. That was horrendous. Now listen up, queens and kings and friends of the universe. Be sober all the time. It's good for you, kids. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Have fun with yourself. It will keep you sane. It will keep you alive. And I could not be more serious. Oh, that's funny.